Hi, I'm David Norris and I'm serving up the perfect podcast, PompeyPatter with Russ, Daz and Haz. Play up, Pompey.
He used to be a waiter, did David Norris. Well, he's served up the perfect cocktail here.
It back to goal, Lang. Needs a bit of help. Goodness from Lang. What can he do? Still there, Lang. Lang! You wouldn't believe it! Cross comes into the near post. Headers into the net! Shaughnessy! Surely Pompey are heading for the championship! Portsmouth are promoted as League One champions!
Good evening, everyone, or good morning, good evening, good afternoon, despite whenever you listen to this. Hello and welcome to episode 19 of the PompeyPatter podcast. One moment of Mackem Mayhem. As ever, joining us, or all three of us, is myself, Harry, Daz, and Russ as well. Good evening, boys. How are we?
Good evening. Yeah, all good, mate. Cheers.
Evening, yeah. No complaints.
Good. Buzzing for a bit of transfer news, aren't we? That's what we're excited about.
Wow, it's getting exciting now, isn't it? And I didn't actually think it'd be getting exciting for like maybe another week or two, but yeah, nice and early. So I like.
That's it. Getting it in early and getting them settled is what we need. And that seems what we're doing. So, tonight we are going to do a review of the Sunderland game. Then we're going to preview tomorrow night's game against Wycombe in the FA Cup. And we're all going to do a quick little team sheet each and decide who we think should be rotated or who should be kept in. Then we're going to discuss the away game to Blackburn, which is the rescheduled match that was postponed for adverse weather. And then we will have Harry's Who Am I? We will have Haz Vs Daz, and then a bit of transfer news and any other business. So, boys, Sunderland away. I think we take that, don't we, Russ? It was, yes, okay, it's another loss on the road and more points, or another away performance without any points, but it was a better performance on the road.
Yeah, I thought we played really well, personally. Well, maybe not really well. That sounds like, that we should have come away with a win. I probably would have said a draw was a fair result, but we played a lot better than I expected us to. And we played a lot better after disappointingly going behind early on again. I'm sure you boys felt the same when that goal went in. You just thought, oh, here we go. Another dicking is on its way. Actually, after the goal, we became the better team. Disappointing goal to concede. Again, just seems so many away goals. Just might as well just gift it to a team, from our own throw-in far up there, near enough towards their penalty area. Comes into Lang, and all Lang had to do was just kick out the field, and even if it went out for a goal kick, it didn't matter. Instead, loses the ball. It's just on the counter. Pat was in no man's land, didn't know what to do. Very slow to react to it, and Sunderland got through on goal and slotted it away, and that was unfortunately, we had two stupid moments in that game, and that was one of them, and that was, I felt like I could have come away with a draw, would have been fair. We certainly had chances in the first half. Murphy looked like he was going to bury it top corner. I thought we had a really good game. But considering especially me, I had us down to lose 3-1. And that was just because I wanted to pick a Pompey goal scorer. I didn't actually believe we'd score. I actually came away pretty happy with it, to be honest.
But this is the problem, isn't it, Daz? Is we can put in good performances like that, but if we then decide to make stupid, silly mistakes in two instances this game, but this is what we keep doing away from home more so. If we keep making these stupid mistakes, we're shooting ourselves in the foot and not giving ourselves a chance to actually be able to get a result.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, that first 7 minutes just kind of didn't ruin the game, but it just it kind of makes everything so much more harder. Because especially when you're going away to a team like Sunderland, who are up in the obviously like playoff places, looking good, just beat Sunderland. Last thing you would want to do is gift them a goal. If Joe Bellingham or someone from the edge of the box pings it top corner, there's nothing you can do about it. But when it's from your mistake, um, it's like really frustrating. And as Russ said, after that we really grew into it. So and like even in the second half as well, I thought we were good. If we'd have got an equaliser, I don't think anyone really could have complained. So it makes it even more frustrating. Like as Russ said, I was all right at the end of the game. Obviously, I never want to lose, and I won't accept losing really. But it's how you lose. It's that old Kenny jacket, a good way to lose. But to a certain extent, you're kind of right in a way because it's like you can accept losing as long as there's like some sort of effort there and like good gameplay and that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's not just one person to blame for that goal. I think it's a combination of quite a few players. Ogilvy, the throw-in's fine, but I just don't understand why he then goes to close the gap. Like you always sort of taught when you from a throw-in, just pop it into the receiver and just pop it back. If you close that gap, it makes it harder for everyone. And he sort of went off to the left, didn't he, trying to receive it there. But I think I saw the half-time analysis from like, Andy Orford and that, and they made a very good point. You had Josh Murphy that was just sort of just hugging the bar line when they were taking the throw in, and they didn't use him. But then literally 2 minutes later, that was the throw in they did. And then at least if it's down there, um, you've got more chance of holding on to the ball.
Well,
And
yeah,
then obviously
that's what I meant by like if you just try and give it, play out the pitch and it goes out for a kick, who gives a shit? You know?
Yeah, and we didn't react well enough. Like, and that's the problem when you sort of because sometimes with throw-ins, because everyone's sort of set and like you don't. The rest of the team probably didn't expect us to lose it in that position because it's hard to lose. It's a free ball for us, and so I know the players should be switched on and stuff like that. But I mean, I've played enough football to know like sort of sometimes that just doesn't happen. They should have been switched on, and they weren't. And then when they broke on us, I mean, their attacking players are quality, aren't they? I think they just added to that, like, or they're going to add to that this week. But yeah, it's frustrating. But I think I said in the podcast last week that it's how we react to that. Like, because in our previous away games, we've gone 1-0 down, then we've gone 2-3, and before you know it, the game's over. I think I said that if we go into half time like 1-0 within touching distance and stuff like that, then I'll be more than happy because then at least we're still in the game. And we were talking obviously on our WhatsApp group during the game. I was just kept saying, stay in the game, just stay in the game, and hopefully we'll get an opportunity. When you got players like Callum Lang, Bishop, Murphy, all you need to do is stay in the game. You'll have a chance. And we did have some chances right towards the end of the second half, whereas we also had chances in the first half. That effort, which I think Josh Murphy tried to square it, didn't he? When I think he just levered it, put his foot through it, and maybe someone like Bishop could have picked up the pieces if the keeper saved it. But I think the way Murphy hits the ball, I think he's got a really good chance of scoring there. And then obviously in the second half, again, apart from that silly mistake by Pack and obviously getting sent off, we still did all right. And I thought I was actually really happy with the way we adapted when we had 10 men. I think it helped having Atkinson on the pitch, who's a proper defender, and that helps settle the team when it's pretty much going to be attack versus defence for about 20 odd minutes. But I thought we did really well. Looked like we could have maybe nicked something at the end. Bishop was unlucky; he's probably a yard or two off of it of getting the ball. But yeah, it is frustrating. It's frustrating because you think if that first 10 minutes, if we can just sort of just be comfortable on the ball and not do anything silly, then who knows, we could have got away with a point maybe.
That's it. So we managed to went 1-0 down really early, and we kind of suffered. And Russ, what do you think was the difference then between this game where we went 1-0 down within the first 10 minutes again, but we managed to keep it at 1. And when we, as Daz said, we did stay in the game. What do you think the difference was between this game and, say, the Derby game or the Stoke game or the Cardiff game, where we basically folded?
I just don't think we allowed Sunderland the ball. We just pressed, just continually pressed them off the ball. We made it difficult for them, and we made it hard for them. We got the crowd were on their back. They weren't happy, even though they were winning 1-0 up. They probably were thinking they were going to come and spank us off the pitch, and I don't blame them for thinking that if they've seen our away performances lately. And I just think I thought Potts and Zell were really good in the middle. I thought Towler had a great game. And then going forward, I thought Murphy had a good game for Bishop. They were just not letting them settle. We wouldn't let them have time. We didn't let them play. They had the result to counter attacks. It was the only time they ever looked dangerous.
That's it. And you kind of look at their match ratings, really, and the only one that is actually, well, they gave Thotmob gave Tri Hume man of the match. They gave him an 8.4, but we had a couple of players that were kind of touching base with them. We managed to close down their left hand side of I can't remember how you say that. Their left winger, Oshish. Was it Oshish?
Yeah, Oshish.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought Swanson had a good game as well, didn't he?
Yeah, that's it. It just, even though it's the same team, it seems to be more defensively resolute compared to Derby, and even though it's okay, a couple of players have changed maybe, but the core of the team is the same. But it seems to be different, and I think that's what we've got to learn: is we've got to be able to play differently away from home to being at Fratton Park. We know we can't go with the high intense pressing away from home all the time. And it's okay to sit there, and we kind of let them have the ball where we wanted them to. And I think that's why the crowd got frustrated in the end, is because they had 60% possession, but they had the ball, but didn't necessarily have the lot.
Away a lot as well, didn't they? I've just felt the Potts and Zell were just anticipating everything that they were going to do, and it just kept at one point, especially the last 15, 20 minutes of the first half. It just felt like it was just kept coming back to us and back to us and back to us.
And I think that's why we kind of felt like, okay, this is the chance that we can stay into it, because it was kind of then going our way after our mistake and going 1-0 down. The fact that they were misplacing passes and we were kind of, we've got the ball kind of thing. We were able to get a little bit of a foot in the door of the match, and we weren't being kind of pummeled all the time. Although they've ended up with 24 shots and 8 on target. Obviously, they had the offside goal, which yeah, of course, after that red card, and I think that's a good little segue, Russ. We'll move on to that. Daz, definite red card, right? Bit of a silly move, but I don't think you kind of say anything more than that. For me,
it's a centre midfielder playing at centre back, and that's it. I mean, I don't agree with. I saw him getting a lot of stick and stuff like that, and I get people are frustrated and annoyed about it, and we don't want to see Pack playing at centre back. Not because I don't like Pack. Is that's not Pack's natural position, and so we want to see if he's going to play, be in his natural position. And yeah, he's done it quite a few games, and he played at centre back where I think he's just forgotten he's playing at centre back, which is fine. Do you mean he's played at centre mid for I don't know how many years? I mean, you're looking 10 years plus easy. So to adapt your way of thinking and the way you play for a certain amount of games after playing all your career at mid is tough. It's like with anything, any work, any job, and anything like that. If you're used to something, you go into another job or another position, you're naturally going to flip back to what you know. And yeah, it was definitely a red. It's a shame because obviously Pack's obviously one of the older leaders in the group, so you kind of want him in that squad. But yeah, it's without shadow of doubt red card. Foul. He knew what he was doing, and as soon I think I saw on the replay, it looked like he turns around and says, "I didn't touch him" or something like that. And it's soft. It's not like he done him. He's just grabbed hold of him, and the Sunderland player's gone down, which he's got every right to. I'd want a Pompey player doing that. If Bishop was through on goal, unless I knew he was definitely going to score, I'd want Bishop going down as well. So yeah, it's a tough one, and he panicked and reacted, and unfortunately he reacted too late, and yeah, straight red all day.
I think
my only issue with it was, all right, he's not a centre back. This is no me having a go at Pack like at all, but that's the way he received the ball was how he should be. He should be used to that. I mean, it's no different than getting in the midfield. And I just thought he didn't look around properly like he should. He should know better.
No, but obviously the difference is that if he's playing centre mid, he loses the ball. He's got a line of defence behind him where you could kind of see as soon as he loses it, he obviously realises straight away, and that's why he panics and grabs it. He doesn't do that playing centre mid. He probably just lets the player go, or he knows he's just going to get a yellow card.
I don't mean once he loses it. I mean beforehand. I don't know why he dropped his shoulder in that position. I just think he should have known better. But that's not me slagging the professional, Pack off, or even it's me trying to tell a professional footballer to play football. But I just thought from if that was me in his shoes, I'd be disappointed. Why did I do that? He didn't need to do that. He could have just controlled the ball, cleared it, or whatever. But he decided to drop the shoulder and then just allowed him in. He obviously didn't look around enough that they had players on him.
Definitely.
He could argue actually that because the player was never going to score because Schmidt come out and cleared it.
Yeah, but and that's the thing. I think if you asked Pack, and you played that bit 10 times more, he'd only do it again. He would do the right thing 9 times out of 10. It's just that one time, and then you're up against you might have got away with it in League One. You never know, but in the Championship, everything's quicker. Everyone's on your first touch. So yeah, it's disappointing, but I mean it is what it is, isn't it?
Well, the positive that came out of that was the fact that we very quickly got to see Rob Atkinson come on and play at centre half. Obviously, he came on, and obviously he's another left-footed centre half, but he played on the right-hand side of the two. The Towler staying on the left. Well, Russ, I'll go to you. How do you think he fitted in?
I thought he was outstanding coming on. We talked about it before about some players just have that aura about them, don't they? And he just automatically just felt like a step up from any defender we got. It's almost like now you're kind of like, all right, okay, who partners Atkinson, Shaughnessy or Paul, rather than Atkinson will be behind them two once they're fit. Now you kind of go, actually, I'd rather have him and one of them two next to him.
I don't think it matters, to be honest. It depends. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I mean, ideally, you'd probably move him back over to the left-hand side when
So if
the whole defence is fit,
it would be who partners him. So he's on the left, who's on the right? Paul, Shaughnessy. I mean,
I would probably go for Paul just to.
Yeah, I probably would go Paul
only because of his ball playing ability. I think it would complement. Whereas I think more Shaughnessy and Atkinson are probably a bit more similar of the player.
Although Shaughnessy's playing out from the back is very top notch.
He can run out from the back, can't he? But I'm thinking more of the actual ball playing. When Paul's been there and he's played those crossfield passes to Murphy or to Ogilvie, you think that would probably complement with the kind of brute force of Rob Atkinson that's there.
Because the weird thing with the whole Rob Atkinson situation is, I said it to you, boys, I was scared to go on Twitter because, all right, he's had a bad injury, I'll get that, and he hasn't played for a long while, I'll get that. But it's always exciting when you've heard of a player and you know how good they are. And then you'll link, and then we sign them. It's the same with Isaac Hayden. We'll go on to him later. And I couldn't understand. And I knew it. I thought, if I go on there, but everyone's going cheap option. He ain't playing. He's injury prone. Blah. But what a player! And you could see that. Everyone's forgotten about that now. No one gives a shit. He ain't played for so long. Everyone was like, "Yep, I'm on board."
This is
And
it,
I
isn't
don't.
it? It's frustrating because you think, oh shit, he hasn't played in nearly 2 years, but he's been available on Bristol City's bench for the back end of the first half of the season, clearly because he's fit and ready to come on if needed. Okay, he hasn't been used, but he wouldn't be there on the bench if they didn't think he was
No.
ready. And it's just the fact that their centre halves are pretty decent. You're not going to displace Rob Dickey / Sean Raggett. And the other centre half, is it McNally, the other centre half, I think?
Yeah.
They've got a good back four. So because of his injury, he's not going to be able to come in and displace them straight away.
No.
But
and you can
but
always
also,
tell when you've done well with a player when they were fuming, the Bristol City fans, that he's gone.
Yeah, they
yeah,
were.
but this it's a kind of a. Yeah, I think it's different from the loan of Silvera because obviously you can kind of compare because they're both from Championship sides. But this one is we were in desperate need of a decent centre half that's strong, powerful, aerial ability is high and key because our centre halves are quite short, bar Shaughnessy really, or especially have been with Pack and Paul playing now. So we've got a bigger aerial threat in there, which helps. He's not going to get game time. He needs to get his match fitness up, so it benefits him. Bristol City, we don't challenge them. We've played them twice, so he's not going to miss any games because of being cup tied, league tied, or whatever. It makes sense for everyone because it gets them a fit player ready for next season. It's a better player than what we've got now. So yeah, I mean, I was pretty sceptical. I saw his injury record. I thought, oh, bloody hell, it's not ideal. But as Russ said, I've forgotten about that because if he can do that, he's the mustard. And again, it's another signing similar to Isaac Hayden, that will, as you said, we'll get onto. Is if these guys can come in and make an immediate impact, I think we'll be fine because we said this squad is good enough to stay up with 4 or 5 quality additions. And if you put Hayden and Atkinson in this too, yes, I know they're loans and whatever, but Hayden's on like 40, 50 grand a week at Newcastle. So we're going to be picking up a good chunk of that tab. So you add another 2 or 3 of the likes of them, whether they're another loan or on a free or a fee for maybe 1 or 2, as long as they've got that kind of stability and ability, then I think we'll be not comfortably staying up, but we're definitely putting ourselves in a much better position than we did going into the summer window.
Yeah, I totally agree. And his ability was just shown within the 20, 25 minutes he was on the pitch. And, you know, it just goes to show how late we are at the back, seeing him come on and perform the way he did.
He's a step up because obviously you think of, like, obviously Riley Towler's come in and done really, really well in the last few games. He's come in and kind of booted McIntyre out of the way as such and said, no, I'm having this. But he's another step up from that level. And while we are so short on centre halves, having that, as you said, someone with that aura available is going to make a difference. And it will make a difference to Towler as well because although he's doing really well, he's playing with a midfielder at centre half. So having someone with more experience as in that position next to him, who has played Championship football as centre half, while he plays on the wrong side, while we're still waiting for Shaughnessy and Paul to come back, having him there is going to do Towler the world of good in building his confidence as well.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah. And Towler's been brilliant lately, in my opinion.
Oh, he has. But I know. We all thought he probably needs a loan, didn't we? And it maybe he still does. But again, similar to last January, he's in that position where he needs the loan for his own good and his development. But because of the injuries we've had, we can't afford to lose him.
No.
So it was like last January, brought in McIntyre and bringing in McIntyre, you're thinking, okay, great. We've got Raggett, McIntyre, Shaughnessy, and someone else.
Towler.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
you could
Towler,
probably.
didn't
you could probably think you could afford to loan him out, but McIntyre's injured within 46 minutes or 56 minutes. So then he has to stay. And then in the summer, we signed Bowat to add to it. He's injured. He's out for the season. Then you get Paul and Shaughnessy have been in and out. Well, Shaughnessy's been non-existent, basically. Paul's been in and out again with injuries. So he's kind of on the periphery all the time, and he's kind of dipping in and out, which is no fault of his own. So to be able to be there at the beginning of the season, dropped again, come back, dropped and come back. For a kid that's only 21, 22, the mentality on him, and you would expect the first few games he come back to be a bit rusty, because every player would be. But he's kept his head down. We've had no disgruntlement of him being dropped and kind of being on the periphery of leaving every window. He's kept his head down. He's got on with it, and we're now seeing those rewards of him.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Right. Anything more on the Sunderland game before we move on?
I think quick one, obviously about Atkinson, and obviously we were saying about before, when the move was announced or when it was leading up to it. Yeah, people obviously saying he hasn't played for this amount and stuff like that. But for me, as you said, he seems like a Rolls Royce of a centre back, and for me, he doesn't look like the type of player that his fitness will be an issue. So I think he's a bit more of a clever centre back than that. And it's not like he all he needs is game sharpness. So kind of, we'll get onto the Wycombe game, but I wouldn't be against him starting against Wycombe tomorrow, because for me it's more about his match sharpness than his fitness, because he doesn't seem like, I mean, I tweeted about this earlier. If there's someone that looks and sounds like a rugby player, is Atkinson. But
he looks like Matt Smith, the old Doctor Who.
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit, yeah. But yeah, he looks like a unit, and he with centre backs, it's not like they're a winger where they're going to be doing doggies and they need so much fitness. But saying that, he at Bristol City, he would have been doing the hard yards. He would have been doing all his fitness, because especially being an unused sub for the amount of times he does, it's not like the unused subs just don't go in, get changed and go home. They're out on the pitch while the other players are getting changed, doing doggies up and down the pitch, like getting their little fitness and what they're expected to think they could have ran in the game. So for me, it's Atkinson just getting his fitness. And when he came on, he just looked. I think I said on the group that it's probably a really good game for him to come on to, because he's pretty much going to be defending for 20 minutes straight. So his sharpness, he can get it back, hopefully get it back a little bit quicker, because he's being busy all the time. And yeah, obviously that clearance in the 6-yard box was nice. And yeah, he seemed a bit of a soothing presence, having 10 men. If we had brought on, say, a McIntyre and like we didn't have Atkinson, probably would have worried about where that game would have gone.
Yeah, I think we'll use that as a segue, Daz, if you don't mind, into into the Wycombe game. We'll go straight in then. Russ, I'll go to you first. We'll kind of switch between the two of you and then myself after. How many changes do you want to make for tomorrow night?
I've been thinking about this all day. Because there's a big part of me that wants to win it, because I want a Premier League team in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I think Wycombe are in a similar boat. Obviously, they're flying high at the top of League One at the minute. So the the FA Cup's not really their priority either. So they're good. We're both in the same kind of. We're probably both going to change 5, 6, 7 players each.
Yeah.
And just see what happens, I guess.
I'd have to put head over heart and say I'd go with a weakened team. I think we have to, especially with. I think if we didn't have Blackburn, I probably would say, well, why not? You got a week to your next game.
I mean, we've got an extra day, haven't we? Because it's on the Friday rather than Saturday or Sunday.
But that means, so say we put a full strength team. That means you're playing for you've played Sunday, then you're playing Friday, then you're playing Wednesday, then you're playing. You know what I mean? And at the moment, staying in Championship is priority. Don't get me wrong, my heart is telling me I want a Premier League team in the next round. I want to win this game. But yeah, my head's also going, it doesn't matter. So if I had to pick the team tomorrow, I would go Archer in goal. I would go probably Williams right back. I don't think we got a choice at centre back unless they're lying about Paul. And I don't think we've got a choice other than to play Atkinson and Towler because there is no one.
T-Mac.
T-Mac. Oh, I forgot about him. Fuck it, yeah.
See, that's the issue. I think so far my team's the same, but the only thing I thought was, do you play Atkinson and Towler to help build their kind of relationship they're going to have, or do you play McIntyre instead of Towler? Atkinson needs to start.
Yeah, I think centre backs you can get away with not resting. I mean, it's I think it's probably the two positions, and probably goalie. You probably don't really have to drop Schmidt, but let's give Archer a game. I mean, if you're going to do it, give Archer a game. I would probably still go Atkinson and Towler. Again, left back, I was going to say Farrell, but then obviously we now know that he's hurt himself again, and well, if he takes as long as he has done already, then I imagine he's out for the season.
Yeah.
I would personally deregister him.
Yeah.
Left back in. So Ogilvy will have to start
because you're not just put McIntyre at left back. Just give
maybe
Ogilvy a rest.
Devlin at right back, left back. Sorry.
Yeah. Or Swanson at left back if you wanted to.
Because Devlin came on at left wing against Swansea, so he's literally played everywhere else. So
stick him somewhere else.
Yeah, you could probably do Devlin.
Then in the middle, I would play Kamara. Fuck it. I mean, alongside Moxon, I would rest Potts and Dazelle. And then I would. Would I play? See, I'd probably play Richie. I think you need someone out there like him.
Yeah.
And Paddy Lane's done all right. I thought he did all right against Sunderland again. I don't think he was amazing, but he was just doing a good job, especially defensively, I thought. Then I would play probably Sadie. I would also play. I'm trying to think who we got on the left. Is Severa still here?
Yes, but I can't.
On a technicality, he is. Yeah.
I can't see him. He's not. They'll put him through.
I wouldn't play Bishop.
No.
But who are you playing up front? Sadie.
Yeah, I'll play Sadie up front. It's just a 10 and left wing I've really been struggling with all day because is Blair fit?
That's what I thought. So I thought Blair and Lane on the wings, Richie is the 10 because Sadie has to play up front.
That's a good shout.
Because there's no other striker. I don't know.
Because I would assume. Because who was in the was Kamara or Blair or that lot in the squad for the Sunderland game? I can't remember them being in it. Because that's the thing, like the players that weren't in the squad, the players that haven't been in the squad for the last two squads, I don't think we would see them starting because I just.
But then Sorensen was on the bench and he's gone now, isn't he? So
yeah. But that hello.
Sorry.
That's the relegation trapdoor shutting.
Yeah, I leant on my door.
But yeah, I've for mine out on the left. I put Murphy because I don't think there's anywhere else unless you put a younger lad out there. Because I'd look through the squad unless we got someone in there.
You've got Clout, haven't you? There's the academy guy that's been on the bench quite a few times.
Is he a left wing? Can he play on the left?
I think he's a winger.
The problem is with a player like that.
Yeah, Clout is a winger.
Yeah, you don't want to murder him because Wycombe are a good side. Obviously, I know they might make some changes because obviously they lost to Huddersfield the other day, didn't they? So the league for them is probably a bit more important now. It was important beforehand anyway, but they're still going to have a good side. They're still going to have like League One players there playing, and that Clout would obviously played against something like that. So you don't really want to hang him out to dry. But I mean, if they think he's ready, throw him in. But
you know what? I think I've decided. So Archer Williams, Towler, Atkinson. Well, the other way around actually.
Yeah.
McIntyre left back, Moxon and Kamara in the middle, with Paddy Lane and Devlin on the wings, and Richie in the 10 and Sadie up front.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'd go for, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of these things though. It's like I've also put some down that I want to be going in, and some that I just think that Messina will leave in. I think you might see Potts playing tomorrow. I don't know why, and I think because Potts obviously got rotated against Bristol City, so I think he might not rotate too much. And
well, if we get Hayden in quick, thinking about it, if we get Isaac Hayden in quickly before Blackburn, then Dazelle starts, no? Because surely Hayden plays ahead of Dazelle.
Yeah, could do. Yeah, or again, it depends on Hayden's match fixtures. They might want to just ease him in. I don't know. And especially it's different because with Potts and Dazelle, it's not like Hayden coming in is desperately needed. One of them two's going to have to come out because those two have been playing really well together. So it's not as much of a desperation, I suppose. But yeah, my one was Archer, and I forgot about Williams, so I put him in now. Williams, Towler, Atkinson. I put Devlin in left back just to throw him in somewhere else. Moxon, Potts, Richie, Lane, Murphy, and Sadie. It's a mixture of players that I'd want to put in there and players that I think Messina will play, because even though we want to see wholesale changes, I think he'll still want to be competitive and still see if we can win it.
Yeah, I think so. Right, we'll have a quick little flick through. Obviously, they've lost twice in their last 5. They lost to Charlton away and Huddersfield at home. But they've got some good wins against Stevenage, Exeter, and a draw to Blackpool as well. The referee is Tom Reeves. He has only reffed League One and as his highest league, and then the FA Cup previous. He's reffed 4 games for Pompey before, all in League One. Last season, he reffed our 1-0 win against Exeter at home. And in the previous couple of seasons, he did 3-1 loss to Charlton, 1-0 to Shrewsbury, and a 4-0 win against Doncaster. Likes a card, seems to. 5 cards against Exeter he gave out last year. So, a big day for him, bless him.
Well,
so we'll see what happens.
To be honest, I was just trying to think back then, that Exeter game, if there was any horrendous refereeing decisions, but I can't really seem to remember anything. So that was on a Monday night on Sky, wasn't it? I think that game was. I was trying to remember if there was anything horrendous in that game, but I can't think of it. So, I mean, we've had Championship refs, we've had Premier League refs reffing our games, and they've not been any good either, have they? So half of them. So you can't get any worse, I suppose, could you?
No, that's true. Do either of you remember the last time we played Wycombe in the FA Cup?
In the FA Cup? Oh, was it
Andre Green?
League 2? No, Andre Green. That was Rochdale, wasn't it? But was that when we were in League 2, the season we got promoted out of League 2? Is that we played?
It was 16-17 season.
So it was that one, wasn't it?
And we lost 2-1.
Yeah.
Paris, Cowan, Hall, and Adebayo Akinfenwa for them.
Yeah.
And Gareth Evans for us. And we had David Ford, Adam Buxton, whoever that is, Burgess, Ender Stevens, Matt Clark, Ben Close, Danny Rose, Gareth Evans, Gary Roberts, Milan Laukovic, and Noel Hunt was our starting 11 that day.
Wasn't that Adam Buxton? Didn't we get him from Accrington Stanley? He's quite a big scout, quite a big lad. I mean, he looked like he had a couple of Christmas.
Looks like it from his photo.
Yeah, quite a big boy. But yeah, I remember.
I remember him now.
Yeah, he came from Accrington. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that was the season we got promoted, because we also played that. Obviously, did we play him that before or after the Chaplin sort of chip over the head and the header? Can't remember.
That was
because that was that season as well, but I can't remember if that was before or after that FA Cup game.
That was before. That was September or October.
Yeah.
Love that goal. It's one of my favourites.
Yeah, brilliant.
That was a cracking goal, that, wasn't it?
Yeah, beautiful.
Right, that's that preview. The next preview
are we not doing our predictions?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Do you want that included? Because we haven't got any cup games in our prediction league. Do you want to miss it out and we'll just do it for fun, or do you want it included?
I'm
We'll
up for
include
including it. Yeah, might as well,
We'll
innit?
include it. The only other cup
Include it,
game
yeah?
Millwall, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we didn't do one for that, so that's why I wanted to check what we wanted to include.
Yeah, no.
Right.
We'll have it. Am I still top
Let's
of the table?
go to. Oh God, yeah, because you're a sad fuck and you predicted a loss against Sunderland. You got an extra
Did you
point
go
for
for
that.
draws
Yeah.
and I went for a loss?
We did. We were positive. Mr. Negative over there went for a loss, so he's pulled a point ahead. So he's now 3 points clear of Daz and 4 ahead of me.
Mr.
So
Realistic.
let's go, Russ. Mr. Negative. Isn't that right, Daz?
Yeah,
Mr.
it's right.
Negative.
Absolutely spot on.
Mr. Realistic.
Minus 4 points, I think.
Let's go, Mr. Negative. What is your prediction
5-0
for Wycombe,
Wycombe.
please?
No, I'm joking.
That's not bad. I thought you might have gone for 6.
Is there replays?
No.
Because in that
No.
we can
Don't
stop.
think so.
It was never from round 1. They stopped replays because
That
don't forget
this year,
all those Premier League teams that weren't in until the 3rd round just scuppered replays in the 1st and 2nd round as well. So yeah.
So no replay.
Absolute jokers.
Because obviously,
but then they go away for the Club World Cup.
Well, United announced a friendly away literally like a week after the season finished, wasn't it? In like
and it's like they can play a 2-legged Carabao Cup. That's okay.
Yeah.
Because it's in the semi-final, so it's deep into the tournament, so it's all right.
But they've only got a little squad.
We've only got like 500 million.
So many games.
Is there extra time, or was it straight to pens?
I think there is extra time.
I think it's straight to pen.
No, I think it was extra time because I remember because it was a big hoo-ha. Obviously the Reading, they played that non-league team, and everyone was saying that because the non-league team scored a last-minute equaliser, and everyone's saying they've been robbed of a replay after doing that, and they went into extra time. They lost in extra time. Then it would have gone to penalties. Killer. But yeah, why not ruin non-league because the big boys don't want replays.
All right then, I'm gonna go.
Right,
I'm gonna go for. I was gonna go for a draw, but you can't now, can you?
I can go for a draw in a cup competition.
I generally thought we would draw and then have a replay.
Wait, it'll still be a draw if it goes to penalties. Technically.
I'm going to go 2-1 Pompey, fuck it. And I'm going to go... It's going to be a hard goal scorer tomorrow because you don't really know who's going to play. I'll just go Sadie because I think he will play.
Yeah, I was going to go 2-1 as well, but do you know what? I'm going to go 3-1 and I'm going to go Paddy Lane.
Good shout.
Oh, he's taken my goal scorer.
Yeah, isn't it, straight away? That's why I jumped in because I thought there's only a couple of players I think might definitely play, so I got straight in there.
Right, let's go. We'll make it all completely different. I'll go for a 2-0 Pompey win. And fuck it, let's go for Vidic. Let's go for Rob Atkinson from a corner. He's gonna just smash everybody out of the way. Really, to be honest.
Cool. Is this does anyone know?
Right.
Is this Wycombe team like a Gareth Ainsworth Wycombe team or?
No, I think they're a bit better than that. And they just signed as well, didn't you?
Who?
Sonny Bradley.
Oh yeah, cool.
Oh, he's going to score for them, isn't he?
But no, I don't know how far they can come away from, because obviously that's a particular way of football. But from what I've seen, which is not a lot, but they look like they'd like to play a bit more football.
Well, Matt Bloomfield's a disciple of Ainsworth, isn't he? But I think it's a kind of similar, but just a bit better.
Yeah, because it's hard to change a whole mindset and a whole way of playing when Gareth Ainsworth has been there for so long, bringing all the players. So you just got to slowly take it out of you. But that they've got that Kone lad, wasn't it? They pulled out of non-league last season. and he looks like he's a bit of a player.
That's it. Right, shall we go to Blackburn?
Let's go.
No, I don't want to go to Blackburn.
Might be a bit cold, but let's go, or a bit wet.
Well, looking at their injuries, they've got as many as we have.
Yeah.
So we can't really play that card. Obviously, this is the game, the reorganised game that was postponed earlier on in the season.
I also think this is a good time to play them. No,
it's a lot better than when we were meant to play them because they haven't won in the last 5. So, but they were in good form when we were meant to play them previously. I think
they were really good form.
So let's have a look at head-to-head. Sorry, I should have had it. Didn't have it quite up.
No.
Right, so the last time, do you remember the last time we played them as well?
That would have been League One at home, wasn't it?
Yep.
We lost 2-1.
Well in. Can you name the goal scorers?
What, for them?
Or at least our goal scorer.
That was the first season in thing. Was it Matt Clark?
No.
Was it defender? No, maybe not.
No, it wasn't. It was a striker.
Oh, well, no. Was it Pittman?
No, it was Connor Chapman.
Oh,
right. I can't let you guess anymore. And it was
Guy winning.
It was dirty scummer Adam Armstrong scored a brace for them.
That's his standard, though, isn't it? League One. I think it shows he can't do anything in the big boys league. But then again, neither could I. So I'm slating him.
You're not a professional footballer, though, Dennis. So.
Could have been.
So and then the game before that season, we lost 3-0 away to them. So haven't played them too much recently, but as Russ said, I think we're playing them at a better time. Who did I go? I went for Russ on the other one. Any other thoughts while we get your predictions? Daz, go first for you on this one.
You want me to go?
Yes, please, mate.
I think, again, it's following on from like looking at our away record. Even though obviously we didn't win at Burnley, we didn't win at Sunderland and stuff like that. It's only really Plymouth where we've gone to, and I know we still lost that. Where we've gone to, we've played well against a team that we're expecting to get something. Not saying we're going to expect to win, but it's a game that if we want to stay up, they're the games you expect us to go and try and get something. So I know Blackburn aren't in the greats of form, but they've still got a great side. They've still got some decent players there. I know Lewis Baker, who's obviously, I think he's gone back to Stoke, and he did all right for them. So that'd be interesting to see how they do without him there now. But I'm going to be positive again. I think we're going to draw, and I think it's going to be a 1-1. And I think Callum Lang's going to get the goal for us.
All right, I'm going to go next just to save my prediction for Russ steals my goal scorer. I've also gone for a 1-1 draw, but I've gone for Murphy. Russ, your thoughts and predictions?
Yeah, I'm going to be really boring here and go 1-1 as well. Daz, who did you go for, sorry?
Lang.
And you went Murphy, yeah? Harry?
Yeah.
I'll go Bishop then.
Yeah, I think I just think we just going off of past away games. I just think we seem to. I think it's what we were talking about earlier. I think it is a mentality issue. I think when we play against teams that we know we're going to be in for a tough time, even when we concede, I think we sort of think that's all right, no problem. Kind of, there was always a chance we're going to go 1-0 down. Let's just go again. Where when we go 1-0 down against Derby or Cardiff or Stoke, it's kind of like they go, like shit, and then they shit the bed. So I'm hoping that we can go up to Blackburn and have the sort of mentality we've had for like Sunderland away, Watford away, and those sort of games.
Lovely. So that's that. What, Russ, are you going to do Haz versus Daz?
I am indeed.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So this week, I'm going to say topic. You boys, there'll be a certain amount of answers. You boys are going to give me a number of how many you think you're going to could get right, and then one who bids the highest.
Yeah, it's this one again.
One who bids the highest wins. Well, not wins. They get to go and take the turn.
Yeah.
And then you've got to get all of them right.
Right.
In 60 seconds.
Do you get the amount of points that you get right? So if I say I get 8, do I get 8 points or do I just get 1
8
point?
points, but say you say 8 and you only get 7, and Daz it's another one right, he steals your 8 points.
Oh, jeopardy. Let's go.
So at the moment it's 6-4 to Daz. That Haz is starting to catch up.
Squeaky bum time.
The first one is Premier League teams that have had the name City in them. There are 10 teams that have been in the Premier League that have had the name City in. I just need to know how many you think you can get.
7.
7? Daz, do you want to go 8 or do you want to let him go for 7?
Nah, go on, go for 7. We'll start off with him it.
Right, let me just get a timer ready.
Nope.
How long do I get?
60 seconds.
60 seconds. Oh, what a breeze.
You ready?
Right.
Go.
Ready? Man City, Cardiff City, Stoke City. How many is that?
Yep.
3. Right, now I'm stuck. Birmingham City.
Correct.
Oh, God. Coventry City.
Correct. That's 5. 2 more. And you've had a half your time.
That's right. Breeze, mate. Breeze, this is. Why has it just gone blank? Jesus Christ, mate. Honestly. What is going on?
You've got 15 seconds.
Norwich
Correct.
City.
1 more. 10 seconds.
Swansea.
Oh, just got it in with 5 seconds there. Well done.
I was ready to pounce.
You could have also had
Leicester.
Leicester, yep.
Oh, of course.
You could have had did you say Cardiff?
I did say
Bradford.
Cardiff, yeah.
Sorry, was
Bradford.
I wasn't sure if I did think Bradford, but I didn't want to chance it because I was like, "That's."
Did you say Hull?
No, I didn't.
That was the other 10.
So Bradford City would have been the one. That would have been
a shout.
Yeah.
There's 7 points there that Has. So the next one now is players in the 100 club. If I'm assuming you both know what that is.
Yeah, it's the amount of soaps that have been in
goals.
Yeah, so how many players have scored at least 100 goals in the Premier League?
I'll go nice and
5.
I'll go 6.
Sorry. 7.
Go on, I'll do 8.
Okay, I'm just going to get a number up. There is 34.
Let's go 10.
Yeah, go on then. You can go that.
Remember, that's in 6 seconds. 10.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Kane, Rooney, Shearer, Aguero.
Yep.
Van Persie.
Yep.
Vardy.
Yep.
How many's
6.
Okay.
You've had half your time.
Andy
Correct.
Cole. Oh, bollocks. Gone.
15 seconds.
I don't think I was going to go Tevez. I don't think he was.
No, Tevez didn't.
No.
5 seconds.
No, that's it. That's my gone. So how many did I name? 7.
So if that hits one
Daz
right, he nicks 10 points from you.
Well, that's not fair. You should have to get 3 to make it 10.
No.
No.
I only have to get 1.
That's just fucking get VAR involved.
Hang on, I have
Honestly,
tonight. Funny enough,
where's
I'm
David Coop?
just listening to him right now, and he says, "Harry, fuck off."
David Coop says,
But
"Give me a
if
line
Daz
and I'll
gets
back
it
you."
wrong, then you will get the 7 points you got right.
He's gonna get it.
Do you know
right.
what?
He needs to
That's
get
all you
one.
need.
I want to do this to take the piss, and I'm sure he is part of the 100 Club. And obviously, he played down the road. Is it Matt Letizia?
Bang on 100.
You jammy shit.
34th on the list out of 34.
Mate, that's it. That's called showboating, mate. That's what it is. I go right down the bottom.
That is now Haz 7, Daz 10.
Boom.
Right, so next I want to know how many Pompey player of the seasons you can name.
Fucking hell. 5?
3. Okay. 6.
These are the official player of the season. It's like they won it in Wales or something like that.
Well, as in the Pompeys or the Newsies player of the
The
season?
News.
Whatever I've got on my list, I'm not sure. The News is the main one, isn't it? I'm sure.
Is that what it is it? Yeah, because I thought,
Well, no, because then they get them at the
Yeah.
awards dinner as well, don't they? Which is the
one
club
I've
one.
got definitely seems to match what the News have given.
Right, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely the one the News are given. 100%.
That's fine. They're pretty similar, to be fair, aren't they, usually? Go on then. You can do it if you've got 6. Haz?
So we're going for official.
No, I'm just sweeping up.
So we're going. Are we going official club or is it
the News ones?
Yeah, so that
Okay,
that will
so
depend,
6,
that will depend what website you're looking at. Like right now, Harry. So no cheating, please.
So yeah, so you just need 6 players in 6 steps.
Okay.
Starting
Let's go.
from now.
Pack.
Yep.
Matt Clark.
Yep.
Ender Stevens. Christian Burgess.
Yep.
Does Pack count twice? Because didn't he do 2 years in a row?
No, he didn't win 2 years in a row.
Now I know you're looking at the website.
No, I'm not looking at the website. So how many is that?
4, and you've got half your time. 2 more.
Connor Chaplin?
No.
Oh. Gary Roberts?
No.
Evans?
No. 10 seconds.
Oh, fucking hell. I need to just keep my numbers down, don't I? Because I'm getting myself.
3, 2, 1.
I'm
right.
done.
Again, Haz to steal 6 points.
Right. I think it's one of them's a keeper. And I got a feeling it's Bazunu.
You're going for Bazunu, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Harry, you get to keep your points.
It's Craig McGivery. Has he got one?
Yeah.
Bollocks! That was the first name I put on it.
Wrong keeper.
That was the name I put on it.
That's 4 points to you, Haz. That's now put you 11 to 10 up with 1 more round left.
That was my top name, Craig McGivery. I should have gone for it.
So we've had recently Pack, as you said, Bishop, Raggett, Gilvery, Burgess, Matt Clark, Stevens, Michael Doyle, Jed Wallace, Ricky Holmes, Johnny Ertel, Ricardo Rocha, Hayden Mullins, Jamie O'Hara, Glenn Johnson, David James. So I was wondering if you went for like Alan Knight because he's won it about 5 times.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
So early.
Right, are you ready for the last one?
Yeah.
So we are now going, as it's FA Cup season, how many different FA Cup winners you can name?
10. I'll go for.
Clubs?
Yeah. How many did you say that does? 10?
10.
11.
12.
13.
15.
Have it.
Yeah.
50 in 60 seconds, yeah? 15 different clubs. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Let me just reset the timer. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
AFC Wimbledon, Arsenal.
Yep.
Liverpool.
Yep.
Pompey.
Yep.
Man United. Man
Yep.
City.
Yep.
Chelsea.
Yep.
Wigan.
Yep.
I've said Arsenal, haven't I?
Yep, you did.
How many is that?
Done 8.
That's
Half
8.
8. I've said AFC Wimbledon, haven't I? I'm having a complete mental blank here now. Bollocks. Scummers.
Yes.
Come, yep.
Scummers.
15 seconds.
Tottenham.
Who? Tottenham. Yep.
Who's that? How many's that?
10, and you got 5 seconds.
10.
Oh, fuck off.
Yes.
2, 1, done. So, Harry, you just need one more to steal 15 points.
Oh, yeah.
He probably nicked your Tottenham off you right at the end then, didn't he?
He did. That is who I was going to go for.
He's just Googling it quick.
Let's go. Blackburn.
Blackburn. Yes. I had to go really way up then.
What year was that?
1928.
Fuck off.
Oh, mate.
But they've actually won it 6 times.
Jesus.
I thought they'd have won it. Like around the time that Shearer was there. I know they won the Premier League, but I thought they would have won the FA Cup somewhere around then as well.
The last time they won it was in 1928.
Jesus Christ.
So, Harry, you then ended up winning that 26-10.
Oh, and I gave the 10 to Daz, effectively. So, really, it's 36-0.
So, now it's Daz 6, Haz 5.
So let's give him a chance, isn't it? I started feeling sorry for him.
That's a comeback, that is. It was 6-2 at one point.
Yeah, as I said, start feeling sorry for him, so just let him get back in, make it interesting for the view.
Liverpool, Barcelona in the Champions League.
Yeah. Right. Harry, over to you then, I'm presuming.
Right, yeah. Has not.
No.
What are we doing?
Harry's Who Am
That's
I?
it. You know it. Here's the
best part of the week.
Here's the intro.
Harry's Who Am I?
There we go. That's it. So,
Ross, was that you?
It was.
That was impromptu. Have you arranged that between yourselves?
No.
No, I just felt like it. I felt it.
Oh.
Right. So, clue number 1.
Come on.
Let's go.
I started
His
my
mum's called
career at
Shirley.
Arsenal, but never made an appearance for them.
Did Jimmy Carter make an appearance?
Oh, I was going to say that. I was going to say Jimmy Carter as well.
Well, we know it's not Miguel Aziz because he made one appearance.
Yeah.
As we found out last week.
Jimmy Carter was the first thing that came to my mind. So I know was it because I've listened to some podcasts and that people have mentioned him, but I don't know if they said he was playing at the time.
Yeah, I don't know. He might have played. I honestly don't know. Swanson never did, so maybe he's gone a bit more now for a first time.
I'm going to say Jimmy Carter anyway. We'll use that guess up. Well, for me anyway.
Incorrect.
Jimmy Carter? No, that's fine.
Jack Swanson?
Incorrect. Clue number 2. I joined Pompey on a season-long loan deal. but only after 6 days was it made a permanent deal.
This is an older sort of player, then, isn't it? When the loans were different, you could loan a player for a month, couldn't you?
Yeah.
God, I've got a feeling this is a player like in the 80s or something.
Could have been like an emergency loan keeper that was then made permanent.
Could be.
Because emergency loan for keepers, you can get them at any point, can't you? So you could got them at like right at the end of right in like what, nearly the end of December, and then in January, 6 days later, made it permanent. I don't know if you can do that or not.
Oh, good thinking.
Thank you. Good thinking, Batman.
Jason Crowe play for Arsenal. Where we got him from?
I think it was from Arsenal. Eh? Definitely a London club. What was he? Spurs, was he? I don't know.
Yeah, or was he Spurs? I'm going to say Jason Crowe. I've got it in my head.
Incorrect.
My thought about a keeper was like sort of a good idea in my head, but I never actually added any names of keepers in my head. So it was literally just, I was hoping I was going to, like last week, start throwing some stuff out there and Russell help me out.
Oldies we got from Arsenal.
Yeah. Can't think. We're in the Premier League. Nah, I'm going to give up. I think I need another clue.
Clue number 3. My most prolific club was West Brom, scoring 11 goals in 99 appearances.
11 goals in 99 appearances.
So probably a midfielder, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Sounds like midfielder numbers. What could be defender that's just very prolific? How many more clues have we got? Is that the last one?
That's the last one.
Humdinger. This one.
I just got a feeling none of this rings any bells. So it makes me wonder if this is someone in the 80s. You know?
Yeah. And I'm not clued up on West Brom in the 80s, to be honest. Not my
that? Is it a player in the 80s?
Shouldn't really give you another clue, but no, it's not.
Right, okay. That's stuck me more now because none of this rings any bells. Pompey West Brom player, right?
So we might have sold him on to West Brom afterwards.
Possibly.
I am done. I am stuffed. Absolutely stumped.
He's stumped, lads.
Yeah.
Russ, it's down to you, my friend.
Can we get like one more clue for Vance?
Only if Russ concedes, because then you've both conceded.
It's up to you, Russ, to get us out of this mess.
Russ?
Is Russ there?
I don't know.
Are you there, Russ?
He's gone, mate.
He's deep in thought, I guess. Looks of it.
He's gone to Google it. That's what he's done.
He's like, oh, it's gone.
He's gone. Wow. That's a turnout for the books. He's had enough.
That's it. He's done.
He's back.
His trap door opened up.
Russ, are you there? Have you got a final guess? We can.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was weird. All of a sudden, you couldn't hear me. I was saying my answer, and you're going, "Well, if Russ concedes," I'm like, "I just said my answer."
Right.
You didn't fall down that trap door, did you?
Yeah. So I was saying out loud, the only other player I can think of that played for Arsenal that may have not have played for Arsenal was David Hillier.
Ooh.
So that's your answer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, I
That
think he did. You go on.
is incorrect.
Yeah, I can. I think I can see an image again. He's been on that Under the Cosh, the podcast.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I've listened to that, and he was talking about playing at Arsenal.
Yeah, this player rings no bells at all. I'm not upset though. I've not got this one.
Not sad. and go give us one more clue then, as we can see not got it, but still want to try and get it.
Let's find you.
When did he play for Pompey?
Yeah.
Okay, that will be your clue. 2008, 2009.
What? We should know this player.
So that because it wouldn't be Diarra because
No. He played for Arsenal and he never went to West Brom.
No, cool. Yeah, of course.
That's just made it more mental.
But it wouldn't be
Traore, is it?
Yeah.
No,
because didn't he played for Arsenal, didn't he?
Yeah.
He actually played for him. Jermaine Pennant, no. He actually played. He scored against Scum, if I remember rightly.
That's the season after we won the FA Cup. So we won the FA Cup in 2008. So that was 7-8. So 8-9 is the season afterwards.
And we loaned him and then signed him 6 days later.
Yes.
That makes it even more bizarre.
Chief Executive Peter Storey stated it frees up a loan space for us and said that the fee would be dependent on how many appearances this player made.
Fucking hell.
Well, no, he signed him.
I'm going to give you 30 seconds more.
No, you're going to have to tell me.
Just do it.
No idea.
Jerome Thomas.
He signed in that season, did he?
Do you know what? I never, ever, ever. That's the first time in my life I forgot a player even played for us.
Yeah. To be honest,
he signed on a
if you'd have said he played for Charlton, might have had a better chance of getting that.
I don't remember him playing for us. I remember the name.
Signed in August 2008 on a season-long loan. Signed for an undisclosed fee. 6 days later, as then Peter Storey said, it frees up a loan space. He only made 3 appearances for us in total.
Yeah, I generally do not remember him playing for us.
So there we go.
I know the name. I know he played for West Brom.
I could sum you both again. That's another one to add to the Harry wins.
We must be winning more than you, though.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. But I'm trying to make them really hard. But I've got to go do some research because I've got 10 more names up to episode 30, but I need to get clues for them. Because I've just been thinking of random players throughout my day, and I add them to my list, but I need to now get clues going.
I can't believe you remember bloody Jerome Thomas.
Right.
Well, it's just random players and random names, and I think of someone as could they have played for them? Yes, he did. There's the amount of players that I just kind of rack my brain to think of people.
Good work.
So that is Harry's Who Am I?
Good one.
Lastly, we'll do a little bit of transfer talk in AOB. So obviously today, Portsmouth announced that Elias Sorensen has signed for Norwegian club. Someone can't pronounce their name for shit. So he's gone after 6 months. Seemingly, we've got the same amount of money-ish that we spent on him. Obviously, it didn't quite work out, but he came in as a last-minute replacement for Bishop, it felt to me. Yeah. He came in, scored our first goal in the Championship in 12 years, away at Ellen Road. Started off really well, and then unfortunately just wasn't able to kind of carry it on. But I think you'd probably both agree, and we just say it just didn't work out, but we thank him for his time here and best of luck elsewhere, I suppose.
Yeah, and that's it. Like whenever he came on, I mean, he put a shift in, didn't he? He wasn't like he was fobbing it off. It just didn't work. And I mean, fair play to the club to be able to get similar or close to similar amount of money back for him because, I mean, the team that wanted to buy him, they could have been like, "Wow, he's not worked out for you. We want him half price," kind of thing. You know what I mean? So fair play to the club, whoever sort of got that deal over the line. But yeah, fair play to him. Hope he goes there and scores plenty, and then gets another decent move after that.
Russ, any thoughts?
Yeah, no, just kind of say the same thing. I saw some people go, "Well, that's a lesson for Hughes to learn," and it was like, what? And also, in my opinion, if you manage to get the fee or near enough the fee back, then that's just as good business as well.
Look, if Bishop hadn't had his issue, he wouldn't have signed him, or we wouldn't have signed him. He was a punt and a strike. We needed a striker. He was a quick fix. He could have scored 15 goals for us, and it might have worked out. And then those people that said that wouldn't have been piping up. But it's an easy target to go for.
It was basically a free loan.
Yeah, the fact that we've managed to get close to, if not the money back that we paid for him.
Yeah,
he was cover. He scored a goal for us. Okay, it didn't quite end out right, but there was cover there when we needed him. He came on if and when we needed him, and that's it. It didn't work, but not every transfer is going to work. So I think that's it really with him.
Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, the Hughes learn from this sort of chat is just a bit over the top, isn't it? Straight away.
One that Hughes will be probably quite glad of getting quite close over the line because it's not officially done yet. Is Isaac Hayden on loan from
buzzing with this?
Yeah,
on loan from Newcastle United. Obviously, we discussed earlier he's got quite a hefty wage, but I would assume we're paying a fair amount of that. But obviously, Newcastle will be helping us too.
Yeah,
it'll be a 6-month loan. Another. Similar to Atkinson, as we said earlier, it's another player with quite a lot of championship experience and one that will be pretty pivotal into helping Potts and Dazelle and Moxon and Pack when they're back, in giving them a bit more structure in the midfield. Daz, what do you think of Isaac Hayden? Does he get you excited? Like Russ?
To be honest, when I saw it, because I'm pretty sure we were linked to him last season, weren't we? Or at the start of this season. I can't remember. But I remember seeing his name. But yeah, I mean, again, like what we said about Bristol City fans, like being disappointed that Atkins has come on loan to us, Atkinson. If you look at QPR, when I think Isaac Hayden put out like the end of last season, obviously saying thanks to the fans, that blah blah that sort of stuff. All the QPR fans wanted him to sign back on a permanent, and I've seen obviously with the news of us like potentially getting Hayden. I'm going to say potentially until it's done. You see some QPR fans underneath being quite annoyed about it because I think they were hoping he'd go back to them. So yeah, I mean, I know he sort of hadn't played loads of football, but he played about, I think, 17 games towards the end of last season for QPR. So, and I'm sure he's probably kept himself fresh, being in the like training and stuff like that. I don't know whether he's been in any Newcastle squads this season, but yeah, no, it's a really good signing. I know it's another loan, but I said this the other day, like I wouldn't. If we get that standard of loan, I don't care if we have 4 or 5 loans in this window. If that's the standard we can get to get us through to the summer, I'm more than happy with it because I know people say it's being cheap, but sometimes that can be more expensive because sometimes you pay a loan fee and then you have to pay a percentage of their wages. So sometimes that can cost more than going out and buying a player. So, yeah, I mean, it's all we can do this window is give us the best opportunity to stay up. And I think players like Hayden and Atkinson will give us a really good opportunity, really good chance.
That's it. Sorry, Russ, go on.
That's right. He was quality for QPR last season. I can remember him in 2020. Really, looked like a wall of player that's coming through, and then just got unfortunate with injuries. He's exactly what we're missing. That sort of hard-hitting, sort of, dog. Sort of make everything hard for teams. Slide tackles. He wouldn't, but I mean, he's a real top player, and if we
presence as well, isn't it?
Huh?
A presence. Just like he
Yeah,
looks like he's going to have a presence.
And
about him.
he's 6'2", big built, strong, athletic. And with Atkinson as well, there's another, he's another big unit. All suddenly we've gone from kind of like, playing Paul McIntyre, little small players. Potts and Dazelle are not exactly the biggest, but they, at least they put themselves about. To now all of a sudden we got a bit of height and, hopefully a bit of fear in, in the opposition when they sort of look at them.
I saw. Did you guys see the compilation that obviously it's from a Newcastle? I don't know if it's actually the Newcastle official account or whether it's from an account for Newcastle fans, but it's like I think it's 166 seconds of Hayden making loads of different challenges.
Yeah, I see
like
that.
2020 or something. But yeah, I do love a good. I love a good tackle. Then that would sound a bit weird, but no, I do, like that part of the game is just as important. It's just as beautiful when someone putting the ball in top bins, because as they say, goals win you games, but defenses win you titles and promotions and relegation safety and that sort of stuff. So yeah, buzzing.
That's it. And another midfielder we were linked with today, or the last few days, was Ryan Ledson from Preston, but that kind of seems maybe not so. But
I reckon that's probably was like him or Hayden, and then I do believe there's some truth is in like he was on the list, but apparently
have you seen that I can't remember his name now, Darren something. He's quite a reliable like transfer journalist. By the looks of it, he has called some stuff, got some stuff right, because he followed up what another journalist that we've said about Ryan. Is it Ryan Ledson? Is that his name?
Yeah.
And he said in his tweet that wouldn't affect the Hayden deal, as in it kind of looks like Pompey wanted both. Well, how true that is, I don't know. But I suppose until because there's only been, is it McManus, the guy from the News, that said like it doesn't look likely, until like the likes of Andrew Moon come out and say no, it's definitely not happening. I kind of I'll wait. But I mean, I hope, like, whether we don't get him. I mean, he's not going to be the only player on the list if we don't get him. He might not have even been on the list anyway. So I suppose we only find out when they sign on the dotted line, I suppose.
That's it. So before I'm going to cut this short because I want to go and get warm in the hotel. I'm freezing my car outside. I just want to get, if we're going to say we're going to sign 5 players in January, Atkinson and Hayden are 2 done.
Yeah.
I just want the other 3 positions where you want to sign someone.
Well, and apparently we're signing that Australian striker as well. So
yeah.
Okay, all right. So we'll call it 6 then. So I still want 3 from you. We'll cover that in a second. It was that Mr. Waddingham, wasn't it? That young Australian striker.
Yeah.
Apparently is a done deal.
Harold Bishop.
Yes, and
Newcastle.
Some people won't get that, like I didn't.
No.
Some people listening probably won't understand. Yes, we're signing that young striker. He's played more minutes than Yengi did. He seems a bit more prolific than Yengi.
I'll just see.
Let's just see what happens.
Sort of analysis of him, and he looks prolific.
Are we definitely signing him? Because I know that lad who's got stuff right in the past.
Mitchell's 2 for 2, mate. So if he's saying it's done, it's done.
I hope he's right. It's just until you start hearing it from other sources, and like, yeah, he got the other 2 right.
But also,
I hope it's a hat trick. I hope it's a hat trick, but I don't know.
With Farrell and Yengi, it broke in Australia first, which is what also happened with that where Waddington, whatever his name is,
Waddingham,
the other day. So
yeah,
we've seen to hear it over there first before you hear it.
So let's quickly go. Centre back has done centre midfield and a striker.
Oh, so
where are the
winger,
left back,
winger, left back,
maybe another 10.
Yeah, because obviously when Lang's not there, and I know you can put I thought Paddy Lane did well there against Norwich, but I think you want a Lang type character in at number 10, like, because that's the thing with us. We just need that. If we do rotate like we did against Bristol City, or if we do rotate like we're probably going to do tomorrow, it's never good. It's not your best starting 11, but it's as close as possible to being another good starting 11. So yeah, I think Yeah, I think we just need that. We need good. If we get the players like Atkinson and Hayden, if they're the standard of player we're going to bring in the other positions, then I'll be more than happy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
If we keep up this standard throughout the window, then we're going to have a solid window.
Yeah,
And that's exactly what we need, isn't it?
Yeah, and what's good is obviously in the summer they kind of brought players that can play now, and they did go to the future. I don't care what they said; they looked towards the future, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now it's about getting players who can keep us in this league, and for me, obviously we'll find out come the end of the season. But Son and Atkinson and Hayden, you're going to put yourself in a better position than before you got them.
And also when you get players like that, and especially players like Hayden, who obviously have been around the Premier League, like when you get these players in, you can go to these other players that you want to get in and say, look, these are lads we've got in at the start of this window. This is what we're looking to do. It's all well and good saying these are the players we want to get in, but if you can go to a potential sign and say these are the players we have got in, like that's in front of their eyes. It's not second guessing. It's not like thinking, oh, but will they or won't they? You can show them the players we've got in. It's much more persuasive than it is if they're the first signing. Like, if you know what I mean, especially in a relegation battle.
That's it. It's key, and we went for the kind of the not untested, but the young and developing players in the summer. Realised that we needed to back it up, and this window we seem to be going for the experience. Obviously, Waddingham doesn't have that in this league. He's another one for the future, but he's match fit. He's banging in goals at the minute down in Oz, so he's one that could come in and hit the ground running. So I think as long as you get another couple of signings, as you boys said, that are of the same calibre as Hayden and Atkinson, I think we'll be looking good. And it's just a compliment. We're in a really good position where we are now. Yes, we're in the relegation zone, but it's merely by a point or two. There's plenty of football still to play. If we can get to between 45 and 50 points, we're looking there. If we can magically get above 50 points, we're laughing, and we're probably definitely staying up.
Are we in the relegation? I thought we were just out of the relegation zone on goal difference. I think we're out of it, aren't we?
Yeah, we're out on goal difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we? I thought we dropped into it.
No. I think if we'd have conceded a second against Sunderland, we would have been in the relegation zone. But because we kept it to one,
everyone at home lately because of goals.
Yeah, we pretty much.
Of course, because sorry, I remember looking at it when Hull were winning against Leeds. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're 21st, but we got 2 games in hand or a game in hand over most teams. So
we do. We're in a very good position to go again, aren't we, from January onwards?
Yeah.
One quick one. I did hear murmurings about that. You know, the Crystal Palace lad we tried to get in. Was it in the summer, right at the end, but we couldn't get him in the end?
Was that the one that a year ago? He was literally here on deadline.
He was in Tesco, wasn't he?
Yeah. I saw something about potentially he could they again be one for the future. I'm guessing, but I heard someone say that it'd be one that they might want to get in towards the end of the window or something. I don't know. But
let's wait and see. Obviously, the trouble is we talk about this now. By the time people listen to it tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, whenever, it's fully out of date. But we enjoy talking about it, and it's up to date at the moment of recording, which is obviously Thursday, the 9th of January at 9:30 as we finish.
Lovely.
Boys, thank you very much for joining. I know it's a bit of a rushed ending, but I want to go to bed.
Just a quick one before you go. Have you got breakfast booked for the morning? You're staying in a Premier, aren't you?
No, I don't, because the Navy are providing breakfast for the families when we get there.
Unless it's a all-you-can-eat buffet, then I wouldn't be happy. I'd just grab a bit of breakfast at Premier just in case, if I was you. Like, I love a Premier breakfast.
I wouldn't trust food given to you at Plymouth, mate.
Right, thank you, boys. Have a good evening.
Mate.
Take care, and we will see you all next week on PompeyPatter. Good night.